Hello friends, how are you? This time, I will discuss the movie Rio 2. This film tells of Blue's adventures in the Amazon jungle with his family and friends. Blue worked hard at the location to adapt to the environment and nature, which is very different from urban conditions. In fact, Blue and his extended family have to fight illegal loggers for various reasons in order to preserve the forest.
Compliment.
It's great Raphael could watch the kids.
Without further ado, let's get straight to the point.
Hey, you love
It is said that there is a parrot family, he is Blue, and Jewel, who are now the parents of 3 children, Carla, Bia, and Thiago. They make a happy family of blue cockatoos. They celebrated New Year's Eve in Brazil with their close friend Nico, Pedro,
with Louise.
Rafael,
No worries. Louise? What?
Luis,
I don't have any kids.
and other birds. Meanwhile, Linda and Tulio have married and are currently in the Amazon jungle to release a bird back into its natural habitat. While Blue is having fun in the kitchen with the kid,
He shoots. Score!
Jewel arrives and expresses concern. He believed Blue and his 3 children had been in town too long, like pet birds.
Like this? Dad already does.
Tulio and Linda later appear on television, reporting that they have found evidence of the existence of another blue macaw species.
We're famous!
If found, their home will be saved.
Jewel is very happy about this. He also takes Blue and his children to the Amazon rainforest.
Under our wings? Look at
Pods,
TV. And not people. We're birds.
Blue meets Nico, Pedro, Rafael, and Luis when they audition for a carnival. He informed his friends of his intention to visit the Amazon.
Guys. Blue, you have nut stories are highly exaggerated.
Yeah. Okay. See you in a couple.
Safe travels, Blue.
Blue and his family are ready to leave after making preparations.
All right, we ready to go?
Rafael, Nico, and Pedro appeared out of nowhere and announced that they would accompany them. As a result, everyone leaves except for Luis, who is unable to fly.
Birds, come back.
Blue embarks on a long journey with his family and friends. During that time, Jewel has continued to teach her children to appreciate travel and learn firsthand from nature. Bia, Carla, and Thiago have fun traveling with each other's desires and distractions.
Slower!
Nigel, the antagonist from the previous Rio film, is found on the dock. Nigel is now a street entertainer. He happened to see Blue and the others when they stopped on the roof of a building. It also awakens Nigel's pent-up hatred.
Misery.
As a result, he rebelled and freed Gabby the poison frog and Charlie the pangolin. Nigel rushes to find Blue and takes revenge with his 2 new partners. Meanwhile, the big boss of loggers summons his men into a room. When he learned of Linda and Tulio's expedition, he ordered his men to track them down.
Them. The rest of you.
Blue and his entourage enter the Amazon jungle. Jewel is disappointed that Blue still relies on tools like GPS. They arrived at a location that turned out to be the habitat of the blue parrot. In fact, Jewel was very happy and touched because it was there that he met Eduardo, his father.
I can't believe it.
And then you were.
Gone.
I've looked. Daddy! You young lady, you will call me Pop.
Eduardo was very happy to see his daughter and grandson and invited all the birds to the party. Jewel meets her childhood friend, Roberto, in addition to Eduardo.
Roberto.
His father was very proud of Roberto, whom he considered a true light blue cockatoo. Roberto seems to be very close to Jewel and easily idolized by the blue kids. Also, Jewel meets her aunt, Mimi, who is overjoyed by the trio Carla, Bia, and Thiago. It didn't take long for Jewel and Blue's children to realize that they were finally home. Jewel was comfortable, and her 3 children seemed to be enjoying their life in the wilderness. Unfortunately, Blue is lonely and jealous of his family members' closeness to Roberto. Nico, Pedro, and Rafael continue their auditions for the show, looking for pure talent. Meanwhile, Nigel and his two friends continue to chase Blue through the forest. Nigel is constantly looking for new ways to approach Blue and hurt him. He ambushed a bird, placing himself in front of Nico, Pedro, and Rafael, who didn't recognize him.
What is it? That's the energy you bring into an audition. Actually, why I'm here, I've got egg.
Go on.
Then, Nigel, who is indeed multi-talented, managed to amaze the three participants of Blue's audition. Nigel is very happy because he now has a great opportunity to take revenge on Blue. Blue stalks Eduardo, who wants to teach him to be a true blue cockatoo.
Training day. Mud is your friend. Feel it. Taste it. If you don't feel, you don't want to be seen by human, macaw, or a turkey.
They happened to see some humans passing by. They started arguing because they had opposing views on human existence.
You're a pet?
No, like that. I was a companion.
He's everything. Family.
Eduardo, who discovers Blue is being raised by Linda, gradually disdains his son's partner. Blue felt even lonelier when he saw Jewel and his children enjoying every activity in the forest. Tulio and Linda, on the other hand, accidentally discover logging activity. Tulio wants to secretly investigate, but Linda approaches them, putting herself in danger.
That chainsaw. Birds living around here.
There you are. Lost. Oh, no. We're Linda. Logs. Run! Run, Linda! Go! Run! Run!
Tulio is unable to fight off the loggers, while Linda, who runs away, finds the logger big boss already in his tent.
Oh, I hope you... I made myself at home.
The loggers caught them and tied them both to a big tree. Blue will impress Jewel the next morning by looking for Brazil nuts. Blue does find him, but he accidentally enters the red cockatoo's territory, causing conflict.
Oh, really?
High new room. Sweep your room.
Eduardo reprimanded him and immediately ordered Roberto to play bird soccer in order to fight over the tree area, which was their source of food.
You.
Wait.
Roberto. Heads. Tails.
I hate this.
Rivalry between the two parrot species is fierce. Roberto's heroism continued as he scored.
The Red Macaws are making a comeback, Cesar Portoño.
However, one member of Roberto's team gets injured, forcing Eduardo to bring on Blue to replace him.
Here we go, coach. Yeah. Hey, I'm open. Listen to me. Open. Pass the ball. Oh, yo.
One, then another.
Oh, I got.
Blue is actually quite skilled at playing bird football. He is able to win, defend, even dribble past opposing players while scoring goals. Unfortunately, the goal actually nestled in the blue cockatoo goal. Eduardo scolds Blue all the way for his loss. Later, a disgusted Blue plans to take Jewel and the others home, but Jewel believes that is where they should be. They argue until Jewel leaves Blue.
Maybe for you, but not for me.
Maybe stop thinking about just yourself and start thinking.
Blue then goes to find Linda and Tulio. He finds their tent and plans to say goodbye to his entire life in the city.
Fanny pack.
Blue, on the other hand, notices something is wrong and goes back to find Linda. Blue finds Linda and Tulio chained to a tree. He released them and immediately began looking for other leads. Linda and Tulio rush to the loggers' base to prevent them from continuing. Roberto suddenly catches Blue and accuses him of bringing a human. However, a woodcutter driving heavy equipment scares Roberto into running over him. Blue saves him and requests that Roberto return first to warn the others.
You got it? Yeah, I got it. Humans!
Meanwhile, Blue observes parts of the forest that have been damaged by illegal loggers using heavy equipment and explosives. Blue will issue another warning for the blue cockatoo. He once helped a chick when a logger was about to cut down the tree that became its nest. Blue chases after Roberto and convinces Eduardo and the other birds to drive the loggers away after studying the situation.
You don't have to.
Are you okay?
You know the jungle. We can't let them creepy bugs. But it's ours. Fight for it. Who's with me? I'm with you! Anybody else?
Linda and Tulio are determined to prevent the heavy equipment from destroying the tree. Surprisingly, all heavy equipment stopped. Blue and a flock of blue cockatoos have taken over the trees and are starting a struggle to defend their habitat.
The pigeons! To work! Stick together!
Blue, who knows a lot about humans and their civilization, pulls off various tricks that overwhelm the loggers.
Alright, hit it!
Hold!
Charlie, prepare the note.
Tiago!
Now we're talking!
Aim! Foiled!
We're a great team, Dad!
The battle was joined by red cockatoos and other animals.
You're useless!
Eduardo was stranded on his way to the tractor. Linda, fortunately, stops a tractor from running over her. Tulio then came to help Eduardo. Lumberjack Big Boss then lights a fuse connected to the dynamite to blow up the tree. Blue notices this and is about to detonate the dynamite.
Oh no!
Lollipop!
Nigel takes the opportunity and annoys Blue so much that they are nearly killed when dynamite explodes in the sky. Nigel and Blue become entangled in the vine. They wrestled with each other in an attempt to break free.
Uh-oh.
You will pay him! Paint furious feathers in your face!
Hey, you don't!
Oh my goodness!
Gabby uses Charlie to shoot her poison chopsticks from a distance. However, the chopsticks hit Nigel, who greeted his death in grand style. A sad Gabby plans to go after Nigel by eating his own poison. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen as Bea claims Gabby isn't a poison frog. Nigel awakens to find himself suffering more from Gabby's possessive love. An anaconda, on the other hand, appears to be lying full of bulging belly. The last human to face him, and maybe now in his stomach, is the big boss of the loggers. The Amazon jungle is now safe because the government has declared it a nature reserve.
But that's not the only good news.
A big party is going on in the jungle. Blue makes the decision to stay with Jewel and the kids, her children. Every forest dweller is happy for the preservation of their forest. The film ends with Luis, out of nowhere, also joining the party.